or or did it really happen? Either's possible, but I'd love to see where he ended up now. I suspect in the real world, if the ending was real, if it took place in the real world, um, I'd imagine he probably wouldn't have had the career that he thought he was going to have, because he wasn't willing to put the time and effort into what audiences respond to, which is a well honed act. He wanted to put the time and effort into getting famous as quickly as possible, and audiences would have seen through that. So I always imagine I sort of had this vague notion that there's a sequel in there where you would see sort of Rupert Pupkin's fall from grace quite quickly. Probably, I can't imagine his TV show would have lasted too long, and I think there's a potential story there to where he would have realised that the only way he was ever going to curry favour with the public again was if he did something as drastic, if not more drastic, the second time around, to sort of raise his profile back up to where he wanted it to be. I can imagine Rupert Pupkin, if he was real, he'd be a sort of O.J. Simpson figure now, maybe. So yeah, I could talk forever about this film. I'm sure I'm going to think of stuff. It's a great film. I really do think that. Music by Robbie Robertson of The Band. Like I say, The Last Waltz is another Scorsese film I'm definitely going to be reviewing on this channel later on. I strongly urge anyone who hasn't seen this film to check it out. It's a great movie, and it's one of Scorsese's most underappreciated work, or well, not underappreciated because the people who have seen it do respond to it, but it's one of his lesser seen works, and I think it's up there with Taxi Driver for me, and Goodfellas. I absolutely love it. I rediscovered this film probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I'd seen it as a teenager, and then I rewatched it again about 3 years ago, and I found myself doing something which I hardly ever do, which is feeling the need to rewatch it. Normally, I never rewatch anything, if I do, it's something I haven't seen for 20 years. But this, I found myself putting it on about every 3 months or so. In it, it always makes me laugh. So, like I say, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out or rewatch it. That's the King of Comedy. I'm gonna do. I want to do star ratings on this channel. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put them in the title of the movie, in the title of the video, but I'd like to do that. But if not, I mean, this is a 5 for me, without doubt. Personal choice, but I love it. 5 stars out of 5. So anyway, that's there we go. 37 minutes. We're on a roll. Wasn't interrupted by the cat at all. You've been good. So yeah, this is me, Big Buddha, signing off. See you folks in YouTube land.